We have watched 415 games this season, and now we're about to watch the best matchup yet. Two teams sharing the best record in the league, 24-4. Two teams with MVP talent. Two teams which many think could be headed to a meeting in the NBA Finals. And it will all take place about an hour from now on the mean streets of Milwaukee. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks on TNT. Temperature in the 20s, as a matter of fact.
It'll be hot though inside, Ernie.
Oh, you are exactly
It will be hot in by serve.
You are exactly right. As we welcome you to a doubleheader night that features star power and championship ambition. The Lakers and Bucks, followed by the Rockets and Clippers. From Studio J in Atlanta, TNT NBA tip-off presented by Auto Trader. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet, Charles Barkley. They will have plenty to say over the next hour. But before you weigh in, let me tell you this as we start in Milwaukee. How rare is this matchup of conference leaders with records this good, 4 losses or fewer, at this date on the NBA calendar, December 19th or later? We've never seen it. A third of the way through the 82-game season, the Lakers and Bucks both 24-4, both on 70-win pace. And to answer the question that is on your mind right now, the status of Anthony Davis, Lakers tweeting out that the Brow is back tonight. So basically both teams at full strength. Bledsoe out for Milwaukee, the only starter on that side who won't play tonight. But all those main characters are there, and the hype couldn't be higher going into this game, Chuck.
Well, I think Shaq knows this, Kenny knows this. When you play against a great player, it's a different game. Like when you're playing some scrub team, and especially in the dead of winter, it's not the same. And these guys know, first of all, one guy is the MVP and wants to keep it. The other guy is trying to reestablish himself as the best player in the world. Anthony Davis, he's to me the key to the Lakers' entire season. But LeBron said this, he wasn't excited about this game. He's not telling the truth. Anytime you're playing against a guy who's great and people saying he's better than you, it's a different animal.
But when you have been around as long as LeBron has and played in as many big games as he has.
That's not. Go ahead, Shaq.
LeBron is there where we have been. He's been the best for a long time. He's not worried about the mumbo-jumbo talk. But this is a chance for Giannis to say, you know what? The king got to get off that throne. This is you're right. It's going to be a different game, but LeBron has been around the block a long time. He's not really getting up for this game like it's a playoff situation. You know he has to come play because he got the young fella trying to take his spot. But I agree with you. It's going to be a different game. It's going to be a very, very intense game.
You need games like this in the course of an 82-game season, do you not, Kenny? I mean, where everybody's antenna is up and there's no missing this matchup. Two teams that are 24-4, and here they are head-to-head.
It's a game where when one of your teammates misses an assignment, you're a little agitated. Because how do you not know we're sending him baseline? How does he get that basket? How do you not know on the defensive end we're forcing him middle? Like, those are the things that would irritate you. Because those are the things that can only help you win these kind of games because the talent is so high. And I agree with Chuck. There's no way LeBron is not, I don't care what year it is.
Man, it's 17.
No, but let me tell you why.
Let me tell you why,
Chuck. This is why. This is the only reason why. Because when Magic came in and Bird came into the league, they were different. They were different type players. Jordan came into the league. Shaq comes into the league. You know, we had seen everyone else. LeBron, we really hadn't seen. We haven't seen this in Giannis. So when he's trying to take the crown, he knows that this is a guy who could take it because there is no one like him. There is nothing like him. Like, as great as Kobe was, we've seen Jordan, and, you know, and we can say, oh, well, it's kind of like.
As great as Shaq was, we've seen Wilt.
We've seen nothing like this. I think Shaq.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead and ask me.
Are you trying to tell me when you saw Akeem, David Robinson, and Patrick Ewing, it was the same when you were playing against Greg Ostertag?
First of all, that question is not the same as the topic that we're talking about.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. LeBron is the upper. He's the lower. So if I'm the upper, I'm not worried about no lower.
So when who's lower?
No, but hold on.
Who's lower?
When I came in, I was the lower.
Who is lower?
Status-wise, Giannis is lower because he ain't win nothing yet.
But he's the reigning MVP, and one guy wants to be MVP.
Listen, He's all right, but he ain't at LeBron
Who
status
came
yet.
for you?
Slow it down.
Who came
huh?
for you at your position?
What you mean who came for me?
Like you came for Ewing. We saw that. First of all,
Ewing,
I
Robinson,
remember.
all that.
If you can't even say it, because I remember the game in Orlando when you dunked on him and you were saying, "I'm the new man in here."
Exactly.
I remember that. How many years
Yes.
ago? I still remember that.
Right.
It's etched in my head.
But to answer Ernie's question, as the elder statesman, as the big dog that's been around the block, Giannis, I see you coming, but I ain't really worried. So, when he says I'm not really worried about this game, I kind of believe it.
He better be.
No, he's not
These
worried.
teams are heavyweights, and as you often see in a heavyweight bout, you get the tail of the tape.
Yeah.
You see, what
Ernie.
defines these teams.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, do you want?
Don't you ever put Akeem and Osatag in the same sentence.
Okay.
I'll
Here's
slap the
tail.
hell out of you, Chuck.
And you look at the numbers with the starting front court, the starting back courts, Milwaukee with better bench production, of course, tied with 24-4 records. The Bucks under Mike Budenholzer and Frank Vogel, the head coach of the Lakers. But so if you're going to give check marks, to the front court, and it's kind of a dicey thing to say, okay, that front court is Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Although LeBron James has the ball so much, he's leading the league in assists with better than 10.
What other team, Shaq and Charles, can say I have a guy that can guard both LeBron and Anthony Davis at one time?
Nobody can do that.
But this team, this is the only team. You know what, Giannis, go guard him.
Yeah.
No, you know what, Giannis, go. This is the only player in the game that's capable of playing both positions. This is why this game is special.
And to me, this is why I've said before, the key to the Lakers is Anthony Davis. Because when you look at the three elite teams in the NBA, Lakers, Clippers, Bucks, they got two guys who can guard LeBron, but they don't have anybody who can guard Anthony Davis with the Clippers. Giannis can guard LeBron. But he can. I'm not sure about because you can't guard both of them.
All right, I have a question. When you say guard him, does you mean keep him to his average or keep him way below his average?
Keep him at his average.
Make him work hard for his average.
Okay, all right.
And also go at him on the other end.
Okay.
Yeah. We can't have explosions. Like we can't have a guy have a 50-point night, and that's the type of, LeBron, AD, they're capable of that. And if you have a guy who's capable of not letting him have a 50-point night.
So let me ask you a question, Kenny.
Before you do that, you know who three of the luckiest people in the world are tonight?
Who's that?
Kevin Harlan, Reggie Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Allie LaForce. They are calling this game tonight, the showdown everybody's been talking about. Let's go to Milwaukee. Fellas, how you doing tonight?
Well, we're doing well. They wanted to know where you were. They said, why is Ernie back in Milwaukee? And we said, he's here for baseball. But, Reggie, it's kind of rare in the NBA when you get a regular season game with this kind of meaning. And, boy, when they come around, you really embrace them.
18 years in the association. When the schedule would come out, there were certain games and there were certain matchups I circled. You hope LeBron and Giannis circled this. Did we think they would both be 24-4 at this time? No, but that adds to the mystery of this matchup. Both teams are well coached. Frank Vogel for the Lakers, Mike Budenholzer for the Bucks. Both of these teams have high-octane offense and can shut you down defensively. But what I love about them, if you look at the matchup, right? You've got Anthony Davis, who will play tonight, his length going against Giannis. This is a special matchup. This is two great teams head-to-head. I wouldn't say they're both peaking right now, but they're looking very special.
Well, and the lines for each of these players statistically, LeBron and Antetokounmpo are historic in what they've done. I mean, you have to go, and we'll talk about it on the broadcast tonight, but they've just had sensational starts leading their respective teams. Reggie mentioned Anthony Davis. We just found out a couple minutes ago he's going to start playing tonight after missing the other night in Indianapolis against the Pacers. With that in mind, we sent Allie LaForce to talk with Frank Vogel, the Laker coach, about the decision and what his overall condition is coming into tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Coach, you told us moments ago that Anthony Davis will play tonight. How does that change the dynamic of this matchup, and will he be limited in any way?
Well, obviously he's a difference maker for us, and he'll be a big part of the game tonight. He may be limited. He's still experiencing a lot of pain, and it doesn't feel a whole lot better than it did yesterday or the day before. But this is a game that he just wanted to be in. You know what I mean? So we'll just have to keep an eye on how he's feeling.
What does the defensive strategy and mindset need to be, not just going up against a guy like Giannis, but the depth that this Bucks team has?
Yeah, they're all empowered. All their role players are empowered to attack and make plays, both on the perimeter and attacking the basket. And you got to stop the Milwaukee Bucks, right? You don't just have to stop Giannis, but obviously it starts with him.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Of course.
All right, that was Allie LaForce a couple of minutes ago. So, Reggie, this big turnaround in Los Angeles, and everything's come together with some terrific off-season maneuvering. But clearly, Davis is making the biggest change in this Laker team.
Well, let's say this. The headliners, obviously, Giannis and LeBron. But Anthony Davis has made a case for an MVP as well. He changes the identity of the Lakers at both ends of the floor, to me, especially defensively.
All right, Anthony Davis will play tonight, working out here as we speak, and earlier tonight, but has given the coach the green light. It was his decision. He wants to play, did not play in their loss the other night in Indianapolis. So we've got a couple of pretty significant players in this game, two terrific teams, MVP candidates here, MVP candidates in our second game tonight when the Clippers take on the Rockets. A great night of NBA basketball beginning here in Milwaukee in a matter of moments. So with that in mind, we send it back to you guys in the studio.
And Reggie, if that was your phone, that's a fine. You know that.
$20, buddy.
Wasn't mine.
All right, Harlan.
That sounds like
fine
a
for you
payphone.
too.
Sound like a payphone.
Hey, Ernie, you know what's interesting? There's two things. Just listen to those guys speak. But I watched the last couple games this week. Both of these teams were looking ahead to this game.
Those are trap games, huh?
Yeah. They were both looking ahead to let you know something was going on. But also, Coach said, Anthony wants to play tonight. That's why it's not a regular game. This is a real game. You don't play in many real games that are like, oh, I want to play in that game. I want to play against that guy. And just looking at what happened this week, like both of these teams almost won 20 games, but they're like, oh, we got the Lakers Thursday. We got the Bucks Thursday. We're looking ahead.
It was especially in Milwaukee's case to me. You got an 18-game winning streak, and you've got Dallas in town without Doncic.
Yeah.
And that was a perfect trap game.
That was a perfect trap game.
Porzingis had himself
And
a
Ernie,
big game.
to add on to what Chuck is saying, it's also a message game. For the older team, we got to let you young fellas know you're pretty good, but you're not ready yet. And for the younger team, we got to let the older team know, guess what? You know, you guys are doing your thing on the West, but you're going to see us in the finals, and if we win tonight, this is what we're going to give you in the finals. So
I would
not
have
only is it an
loved this
important
game, honestly.
It's a message game.
To be in Los Angeles. Because I want to see, I know the bench for I think the Bucks have probably the deepest bench in the NBA. Highest scoring bench, probably. I don't even know the stat, but they got to be 1, 2, or 3. So here it is.
Actually, they're 6.
Okay, so they're in the top 10.
Yeah.
And will they game travel? Because that's how they're winning these games.
We'll have to wait till March for that.
We got to wait for March for that because
But Kenny,
here they're going to play normal.
But you know what, Coach Vogel, I always pay attention to coaches when they talk. You heard what he said? You know, Milwaukee's got a terrific bench. The coaches empowered them. Remember he said, he says, and I think that's one thing. We always talk about a coach's job. What do you always say what a coach's job is?
I got a lot of them. So
yeah, okay. He said, your job, put me in positions to be successful.
Be successful.
And when you empower players, as a coach, you don't know what they can accomplish. A lot of coaches are good coaches, but they don't empower guys. You got guys scared to shoot. Mm-hmm. You know, like Rudy Johnson, when Kenny's like set the record for the most threes in the finals. If the coach don't say, Kenny, shoot it every time you're wide open, a lot of coaches says, hey, get it to this guy, this guy.
Yeah, I always say this, Ernie, and this is what Bud is doing. A coach can't give you confidence.
That's right.
He can't. You know if you put in the work and you did all that.
I'm glad you said
can't give
that.
you. But he could take it away from you.
Yes, he can.
He can take it away, and Bud is not doing that.
The Bucks 13-2 at home. The Lakers 14-2 on the road. Much more to come on this matchup. But when we come back, how about the nightcap of our doubleheader? 2 more teams with championship hopes. Rockets and Clippers. We'll talk to C. Webb when we come back.